Hey everybody, Harry Brailsford again here from SMB Nation, and I'm following up on an article we did 8 weeks ago. So I'm back with Brian Livingston
Harry?
and his new paradigm, for lack of your new motion. We're going to get into all this, but it's called Muscular Portfolios. You can see the new book here. We're going to talk about that. If you click below in the blog, look at the reference to the first interview back in early August 2018, back on Bainbridge Island, where we were talking about you had launched a newsletter. And so I'm going to give people, let's give you a couple seconds to go read that. Okay, you're back. Because the story now goes to the next level, that the book is out. Let's start with that. And
yes,
and people can go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble and get the book.
That's right. All booksellers have it now.
Okay, great. And what I want to do is drill into that, because last time we said, you know what, let's talk about the book later. And now later has arrived. So you gave me some interesting points out of the book that, if you don't mind, I'm going to talk about the philosophy of financial technology and the book that you've written, and we'll go deeper and deeper and deeper. So let's just take one example, that if you won $1 million prize. So what would you do if you won $1 million prize and it sounds like we want to preserve the $1 million, but we also want to have the $1 million grow.
Well, what are you winning the prize for? Let's say that you have to beat a chess grandmaster. Would you take the moves of a supercomputer, or would you guess the moves against the grandmaster? Obviously, you would be crazy to guess. You should take the moves of supercomputers, which have been shown to beat even the best chess grandmasters in the world. That is like money. Technology has mowed down so many areas of our business life. You don't have travel agents so much anymore. Most of them are gone because people can just search on the internet. You don't have taxi drivers so much anymore because you can just get an Uber or a Lyft on your smartphone. And that is happening with our money. We're all going to be managing our money with computer technology rather than using our own guesses. It's just too risky and too dangerous to place our life savings on our own opinions. It's much better to use a computer formula and just let the computer decide what's the best position for you.
Yep. And that would make sense, because our audience knows you're the well-known author of the Windows Secrets books, and I'm going to say the 90s and 2000s. And so, and then you've always had an interest in the financial area, so you've kind of merged the two. So that's a natural act for me to merge the financial with the technology. But let's talk about your favorite investor, Warren Buffett. And I'm looking at a chart. So how does he do it? What's the story?
Warren Buffett, as most people know, is a financial genius. He's truly a brilliant investor. He can see companies to invest in that other people don't see, but they're going to take off. And he has beaten the S&P 500 a tremendous amount over the past 20 years. It's really phenomenal, and he has a true gift, which most of us don't have. But most people also don't know. Did Warren Buffett beat the S&P 500 during the last bull market? Did he beat the S&P 500 during the bull market before that? What do you think? He's a fantastic outperformer, but he underperformed the S&P 500 in the last 2 bull markets, and he doesn't care. He is so diversified that he can lag the S&P 500 when it's going up, because he makes his money by not crashing when the S&P 500 goes down.
Play not to lose.
And now we have a terrible bear market that's coming up upon us. The S&P 500 has been in a bull market for 9.5 years. One of the longest, if not the longest, bull markets in U.S. history. After that, we know what happens. It's always followed by a bear market. And people are unclear what to do. They don't know what to do for their 401k plans. They don't know what to do for their IRAs to make sure that they don't get their life savings cut in half when the S&P 500 goes down 30, 40, 50% or more, like it has twice just in the last 10 years.
Interesting. I'll tell you what, I want to talk about muscular portfolios using the latest science. And you know, I'm retraining myself in analytics and data science as I'm able. And so these charts and this conversation's near and dear to my heart. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, do we have a baby bear? So give me a wrap on what the paradigm of your book is.
Well, the economic theories of the 20th century have been proven wrong. We have Nobel Prize winners in economics in the 21st century who have shown a better way. So what has come out just in the last 15, 16, 17 years, you have the model portfolio from Jack Bogle, who was the founder of the Vanguard Group, a very low-cost provider of index funds. We have a model portfolio from the author of the Ivy Portfolio, Mebane Faber. And we have a model portfolio from the CEO of CXO Advisory, Steve Lecomte. And these 3 portfolios are all laid out in the book. There's no secret formulas. There's no black box. There's nothing else to buy. And I am not a wealth manager. I don't want people's money. I don't manage other people's money. I want to show them how they can do it for free, and they don't have to pay any wealth manager 1, 2, 3% of their life savings anymore.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to wrap on my talking notes are also, why don't you tell me what my talking notes are that people can download this, right?
We have a free special report, and that goes to anyone who subscribes to the free newsletter. The Muscular Portfolios newsletter is still coming out once a month.
Yep.
And anybody who subscribes to it can get this 10-page PDF, easy to read. It summarizes the whole thing. You don't need to have the book. This by itself would be enough for you to do your own money management without paying anyone any money.
Yep. So what I want to do, folks, is Brian's got to run. He's very busy with the launch of the book. You were saying New York, LA. I mean, you're kind of doing the do. Want to get you back winter quarter 2019 for our academic series called MSP Tech Talk. That's a 90-minute format. So we're going to do a deeper dive. And again, I encourage you to go see the first interview we did 8 weeks ago about the newsletter. Today, we're talking about the launch of his book that you can find up on Amazon, your favorite reseller. And then we're going to have you back winter quarter, which, by the way, I think it's a really good time. You know, early January, people should be thinking about some manipulations in their portfolio.
Everyone should look at their portfolios at least December, January to see where they should cut, where they should invest more. And that's all explained in the book Muscular Portfolios, too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the disruptive technology, I think I see your Uber down on the street. We got to get you to the airport.
All right. Thank you, Harry.
Thanks.